All right, well, we have our header in there, right? Now I want to add some content to this particular page. Now you're going to notice I can add all kinds of different content. I can add text boxes, I can add images, I can embed another website or part of a website or a video right into my Google site, and I can add things from my drive. So we're going to go through these 4 components. I'm going to show you how easy it is to actually put them in. Okay. So let's take a look at adding text. There's 2 ways that I can put that text box into my site. First of all, I can click right over here on the right-hand side, and you're going to see that I have these options under Insert. Okay, I have that. So I can click here, and I get a text box. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just delete that. Another way that I can add, but either by clicking on these 4 buttons, I can also double-click on the open spot on the page, and notice right here I get this wheel, and it gives me the option to put in a text box, to put images, I can upload, and I can embed or take from Google Drive. Okay, I like this one better just because I can just put it anywhere. So if I want to put an image, I'm going to get a window, and it's going to ask me, do you want it from your Google Drive? Do you want by URL? Do you want a Google image search? Or do you, and you know, the Google image search, of course, all those are going to be copyright friendly, so you won't have to worry about putting those pictures on your website and somebody coming back after you. Stay away from the URL. Shouldn't use that one. First of all, you don't have permission to use their photos. Secondly, if they change the picture that's associated with that URL, or they take down the picture, it's gone. So I would not use that one. I would use out of your Google Drive, the Google image search, which is a safe search, or if you have photos in your Google Photos to add. Okay, those are the places that I would go. I'm going to go ahead and go to search. And I know you're all shocked, but I'm going to search for sharks. And I'm going to choose this guy right here. Come on now. And I'm going to click insert. And there is my picture. Now I have the ability to stretch them out. You'll notice that when I pull from the bottom, it's kind of like cropping it off. It's not changing the size, the width of it. It's just changing the length of it. If I want to change the width and the length, I need to go from the corner and stretch it out. And these little lines that you're seeing here, those little lines are actually like your guides. So if I pull to this one, it's gonna extend to that line, but there's a line that's right almost next door to it. When I pull to that one, no, it goes back to that first line. So those are kind of like your guides, like where you're gonna put things. Now in Google Sites, you can put things kind of side by side, but they have to fall within this area here. So now I have this great big huge picture. And if I click right here and I say, I want to add a text box, look where my text box goes. It goes to the top. So if I put one word shark, it's going to be at the top here. And I'm going to have all this empty space here. So that's something to think about. You need to think about how you're going to place things within your Google site. What's going to look the best? What's going to be the most eye-pleasing for you and for the people who are going to be visiting your site? Just something to think about. If you don't want any of this stuff, you just click on it and you click the trash can and it's gone. It's all gone. Okay, so it's really, really easy to add images and to add text boxes. But what about things from your Google Drive? It's also super easy to add things from your Google Drive. I'm going to double click right down here. I'm going to click the drive. And now a window comes up and it's bringing up everything from my Google Drive. And I have a lot in my Google Drive. I'm going to go to recent because I've recently put some documents and stuff up here. So if I wanted to use this document here, this training document, I click on it, I get that blue box around it. I'm going to click insert. And look what it did. It put that document straight into my Google site. But it's only a portion of it. So I can actually drag this down. And sometimes you have to drag a few times. I'm down at the bottom now. Okay, so there's my document. It's in there now. And it's the whole entire document. What will happen is they'll be able to click on it and they'll be able to, if you look right up here, This is going to open it up in a new window, so they'll be able to see the entire document in a new window if that's what you want. If you only want a portion of this, you only want a small picture of this, you just kind of squeeze it down a little bit, just like I'm doing here. And remember, it's that first line. So right about there. And you'll see that it's nice and small, and then I can add some other features here to the side. Again, they'll still be able to click here and open that document in a new window. Another way you can add a document is by taking a picture of it or having a link to it, and then it will link straight to your Google Drive. Again, it will open up in a new window for them when they click on it. So there's a lot of ways that you can add things from your Google Drive. You can actually have the document right there, the live document, or you can have a link to that live document. A couple of different ways. Okay. Now we haven't gone over text box all the way yet, so I'm going to go ahead and just show you that really quick. So I just can start typing, right? And I've got normal text, but I can make it a heading, I can make it a subheading, I can make it a title. So if I do title, you'll see that it changed, right? And I can also change the font. So I pick the font that I like. Now, if I don't see a font that I might like, what I can do is I can actually go in and get some more fonts. Right here at the top, I can click more fonts, and it'll actually take me to a whole list, and Google's always adding fonts. And there'll be little check marks next to the ones that you have currently in your site, and you can always add more fonts to it to make your site more fun, more polished. And even though this is a title, I can still change the text down to make it small. So I have the ability to change the size. And if the size I want isn't in here, maybe I want 13. I just click in here, erase the 1, and I can make it 13. Of course, I can bold, italicize, underline. I can change the color of the text, and I can make the text a link. I do is click on there, and then you just type, and then you just paste the link in here. If it's linked to a website, if it's a link to another part of your site, if it's a link to something in your Google Drive, you just put the link right in there, and you click apply once the link is in there. You can also change the justification. You can have it left justified, right justified, centered. And if I don't want the text, I can also remove it. But there's 3 dots. What do I always say about 3 dots? Click on those 3 dots, because now you can change your spacing. You can do single, double, 1.3, 1.4. You can also increase the indent, or bring it back out. And you can do strike through. You can also clear formatting on it. That one can get a little tricky because it can kind of mess some of your other formatting up. So this is one that I usually do not use too often, just because I already know what I want to do with my text. So, but if you want to play around with that one as well, go for it. That's how you add text boxes. That's how you add images. That's how you embed, and that's how you add things from your Google Drive. All right.